Case number 2240172, City of Saline versus Yasser Farha.
Jesse Jake, City of Saline.
Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Yasser Farha. Mr. Farha, will you state your name for the record? Please unmute yourself first.
Yasser Farha.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I believe we're here for an arraignment as well as a pretrial. And with respect to that arraignment, waive formal reading and stand mute to the charges.
For one, to not guilty plea on defendant's behalf. Okay. Have you had an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor about this case?
No, from my understanding, when I went down and I paid all the court costs and fines and everything, I actually held back the.
Case number 2240072, State of Michigan versus Derek Lester.
Verbal ring for the people.
Sure. Mr. Lester, you need to remove your hat, please.
And Your Honor, I believe the Public Defender's Office is still listed as the attorney of record in this particular case with Mr. Lester.
He is.
I do recall. Yes, at our last hearing, and I have spoken to Mr. Lester in the interim. He had expressed at our last hearing that he was in the. He wished that he was going to.
I spoke to somebody else anyway. I don't even know why you speaking. Somebody else called me yesterday from the Public Defender's Office. It wasn't you, so I don't even know why you speaking.
Right,
Mr. Lester.
So, Mr. Lester,
the court has appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You indicated that you were going to be retaining counsel. Nobody.
All right, I didn't do that. I didn't do
I
that.
understand.
So we can proceed with public defender.
Okay, so that's why Mr. Crago is talking, because he is your attorney.
Okay, I don't want Mr. Kringle though, so I'm gonna need someone else.
That is the attorney that's assigned to your court. You don't get to pick and choose. No, we assigned you the Public Defender's Office.
He won't work. He won't work. He won't bode well for the case. It was a miscommunication last time. That's why we never had a discussion. It will not work.
I'll make sure I look for Mr. Kringle, Your Honor. But again,
Mr. Lester, we've appointed him as your counsel.
Well, go ahead, because I'm gonna file attorney grievance on him, and then I'm gonna see. It's looking like I'm gonna have to file.
Have you had an opportunity to speak
this case? I'm not talking to him.
I did, and before I think he realized it was me, Your Honor, he indicated to me that he wishes this matter to be set for a future pretrial, so he'll have the opportunity to review the police report, potential video that may be involved that will assist him in mounting a defense to this case.
Mr. Lester, do you want an opportunity to speak with Mr. Crago in the breakout room? You're muted, sir. You're muted, Mr. Lester.
He's not gonna work. Find somebody else. Ain't nothing to talk to him about. I'm exercising my Fifth Amendment right when it comes to him.
Mr. Are you going to be able to continue to represent him?
No, at this time, Your Honor, I believe the communication between myself and Mr. Lester is at an impasse. I will not be able to effectively represent Mr. Lester, and I believe he would be best served by one of my colleagues moving forward at the Public Defender's Office if he can still no longer afford to retain counsel and we stand in as the attorney of record.
So I am happy to appoint a different attorney for you, Mr. Lester, but that's it. You can't just keep firing attorneys.
But I, even whether if it's paid for or not, I do per law. I should be represented by proper counsel. He ain't. And I
have appointed the Washtenaw County Public Defender's Office to you now twice, and both times you indicated you didn't want to work with those attorneys. So
No, this is the same individual from the last time. It ain't been two people. This is the same individual. It's not two people.
it doesn't sound like you had an opportunity. And Mr. Lester, it didn't sound like you even had an opportunity to speak with him before you fired him.
Listen, we did have a discussion, and he chose to want to discuss things that didn't have nothing to do with the case. I'm 44 years old. I'm probably older than him. So he not finna talk to me because of my skin color as if I'm a child, because this is the norm that he has to deal with when he's dealing with other black men. You're not finna talk to me like that. I'm different.
Hold on.
Listen, I'm telling you,
I'm not going to have.
We don't even have to have no discussion.
Do you have a motion for the court? Mr. Lester, that's enough.
Your Honor.
Mr. Crago, do you have a motion for the court?
I do. I move at this time, for Your Honor, to release me from representing Mr. Lester. And in closing, I believe the communication has broken down to the point where it's irreparable. I've asked to be released from representing Mr. Lester moving forward on behalf of the Public Defender's Office. And in closing, I do not appreciate my reputation being impugned in this way on the record. At no point did I treat Mr. Lester with any form of disrespect based upon race, ethnicity, or any other characteristics. If the court does recall, it was due to conduct in terms of wearing hats and how one behaves in a Zoom court setting that I brought to his attention that would advise him that would be more advantageous moving forward to act in a way that is appropriate for a courtroom setting. And he took offense to that. I apologize if he was offended by my advice, but I stand by what I said at our last hearing. Moving forward, I asked to be removed from this case.
And I do actually believe this was something that I had mentioned to him because he wasn't wearing clothes when he
correct. That is accurate, Your Honor.
Mr. Lester, do you have a pen and paper with you? Mr. Lester, we muted you again because you weren't talking over me. Do you have a pen and paper? I cannot hear you because you are muted again. Mr. Lester, do you have a pen and paper to write down your attorney's name? Do you have a pen and paper, sir?
I don't, because I'm in my vehicle. I'm not at home. Give me 1 second, because I might have one in my car. I have one.
His email, I can forward that to Tracy, and she would call him.
Isn't it?
No. I'm just saying if he can't. Okay. If he can't do it, she'll do it.
Well, she'll do it still, right?
Yes, she will.
Sir? Mr. Lester, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
The number, your attorney's name will be Christopher Shemke.
Mm-hmm.
Phone number is 734
734
306
306
1742.
1742.
And you should get an email with his contact information as well, and we will let him know that he has been appointed to your case. I'm going to adjourn this case to June 14th, 2022 at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Ms. Willenbring, are there any bond concerns?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Bond is continued. So you're all set, Mr. Lester. Make sure that you contact your other attorney before the next court date, okay?
I will.
Okay. You're all set for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.